Hi everybody, final episode, well, of the night. Final video of the night review. Fate Zero. Final episode. This one was very strange. The name of the episode was called Fate Zero. This episode was basically like, it was weird. It was split in half. Like, the first half was basically the aftermath. And we see Saber, she's there, and she's like, no! And she destroys the Grail. What ends on happening is, what happened was, we didn't get an actual fight between Saber and Gilgamesh. You didn't actually see that happen. They confronted one another, and, everything, and she just destroyed the Grail. And when she destroyed the Grail, basically, the Grail, what was inside the Grail, was spilling out, and it was causing a fire and destruction. It was just like lava, and it was pretty crazy. And while this is going on, we see Kirotsugu just going around where the fire is happening and trying to save people, and he can't save anyone. And that's all he's doing. And eventually what we have is, we have that scene. And then we get another scene. And he's just walking around, and while he's doing this, we get a scene with Elia. But before we get the scene with Elia, we get a scene with Kalia. And he goes to grab Sakura to bring her back. And he has this dream with Aoi and Rin and his whole thing. It was just a dream. As we see him getting sucked into where the bugs are, and Sakura says, "Oh, you should have known this was going to happen because you went against grandfather." And that's where it ends there. Moving right along, we get a scene with Kirlie. He's not dead. It's like, come on. Really? Kirlie still alive? Yes, he's an evil motherfucker. He's still alive. And basically, Gilgamesh is there and says, "Oh, is this what you wished for?" With this whole thing. And basically, he's saying, "Oh, am I alive? The Grail must have, gave me a life again." And there's Curious like this. He's just having his evil laugh, his evil, most villainous way, and saying, that he's going to continue on. And he says, "Is this enough for your wish?" And he says, "No, impossible, impossible." So, obviously, he intends to continue with his deeds, give or take. And then he sees Kirotsugu just walking around, and Kirotsugu is gone. When I mean gone, I mean like, he doesn't want to fight, he's just looking for people to save. And eventually, we then get someone talking. Shiro! Yes! He's in this final episode. You see him, he's on the floor, and he sees Kirotsugu, and he's referring to him, saying that it's not me who's being saved, it is that he is the one being saved here. And that whole conversation that he has, Shiro, about how he saved him and so on and so forth. Moving from that point, a lot of shit happened in this episode. We get Ryder's former master, who's with his grandparents and everything, and he says that he's going to travel the world, get a part-time job and travel the world and see everything. So we see the conclusion there. Also, like I said, we see Elia in her house saying that, "Oh, I had a horrible dream that, she was a cup and all this other stuff." And she's actually like talking to her mother about Kirotsugu, and she's like, "Yes, he will return and achieve to get the Grail," and so on and so forth. And that's where it ends there with Elia. Moving right along, we get another sort of a funeral with Rin's father, and Kilia's there, and we actually, it's really weird. He's saying the prayer in English, which I found very strange, but you know, and he's confronting Rin, saying, "Oh, you're the new head of the Tosakas, so you know," and so on and so forth. Gives her a knife, the knife that was given to by Tokiyomi. It's like, come on, man. You fucking killed her father. Come on. And her mother's there. Her mother's gone. Gone. Her too. She's gone. And he talks to say about, you know, she thinks that Kirie is Mr. Tosaka. It's not. So, at some point, though, he just completely distorts Rin's psyche, and she can't take it, so she just runs away crying, and that's where it ends there. And it's just like one of those scenes with Rin that's like, come on, you know? Just terrible. So basically, what I found this episode was doing was it was passing the guard. That's what I felt. It was passing the guard to the next generation, and Elia, and then we get also what's happening with Kuretsugu, and he says that he adopted Shiro and so on and so forth, and they rebuilt the house, and he says that he tried to go see Elia, but wasn't able to because of the forest barrier, so he was kicked out. Kuretsugu. And basically, what had really happened... And, oh, by the way, I forgot to mention scenes with Saber. And she's just crying her eyes out while we hear the conversation that Lancelot has with her. And she just is saying to herself that she will get the Grail again. And penance. And Lancelot's basically saying to her that she was a very great king, Saber, and Arthur, and there was no need for it. But the scene that she's in, oh man, oh, head's killing me, was just of despair, you know. And basically, what we then get, we get a juxtaposition between that and with Shiro. And as Kuretsugu is talking to Shiro, his adopted son, about his dream of being a hero and so on and so forth, and that it failed, now when you become an adult, it becomes stupid. It becomes impossible to get a dream like that, to become a hero of justice. And basically, Shiro looks at him and says, "I'll take over for you. It's too late for you, but I can." And he's like, and it's almost as if Kuretsugu is relieved. He's relieved to hear this from his adopted son. And then, just when he says that, we go back to Saber, and you see this light shining on her. So it's almost as if it's a premonition for things to come in Fate Stay Night. So I liked how they did this final episode. 5 out of 5, definitely 5 out of 5. Just crazy shit going down. You know the story. Like I said, I'll say it again. It is only right. It is only fitting that the one that killed Kiria was Shiro. That's the way I look at it. That's the honest, 100% honesty of why I believe that. Is because the fact that Shiro was Kuretsugu's stepson, the fact that in the original, I'm not talking about Unlimited Blade Works, no, I'm not talking about, I'm talking about in the original, the fact that he killed Kiryu. He killed him. And not only in Fate's Division Face Day Night killed him, but saved Elia, proves without a shadow of a doubt that's what he did. Stayed true to his word to his father, his stepfather, Kyotsu. Good ending to it. Was very interesting. I liked when things happened in this final episode of Fate's Day Night. I mean, did I say Fate's Day Night? Fate Zero. I loved the connection. This episode really was about that. The connecting of Fate Zero to Fate's Day Night. That's what I enjoyed about it. It was like Kirotsugu went through the rubble. He found somebody to save. He was able to save somebody. And that is what really pulled this together. They obviously didn't show... Obviously, Kiryu still has Gilgamesh by his side. They didn't show that part. But the only thing I would say that I would wanted to have seen more in this final episode was the fighting between Gilgamesh and Saber. That's the only thing. But other than that, great ending to a series that was just fantastic. Just absolutely fantastic. I don't believe they're going to do any more of the Fate series, as far as anime series are concerned, for Fate. But, who knows? We might see something. We'll see. That's what I got for you guys. 5 out of 5, great final episode. I've been viewing the shit out of this series. Great final episode. I really do believe that. I love Shiro's statement right there is just like, it's like new hope. Almost like you know what it's like? I want to say to its extent, it's like you have the father in Kyotsugu. He's lost all hope. Before I leave with this video, I wanted to just say that. I personally believe that. He lost all hope. And then he suddenly finds this person, this boy, that he adopts. And this is the new hope. The new hope for the next Holy Grail War. Shiro Emiya. We all know what happens with him. We all know what he's able to do. What he does for Saber. And what he's able to do for his stepfather. So, that's all I got for you guys. This is Bonka 922. Final episode of Face Tonight. Kicked ass. Fate Zero. Kicked ass. Nothing more to say. See you later.